long on the middle. 50% she has played on center, almost more than 30% on to the backhand, and that's quite a buffet of stroke she has. Amazing pure skills here. Wherever you see players are hitting at different positions to disturb the player, it shows so much of practice that goes in.
You just said buffet and it's made me hungry, but hungry for more table tennis. We are literally in a buffet of quality table tennis because we've got these various tables right in front of us. We can pick whatever we want to and all you'll get is quality. And just like a good buffet, you don't know which table to pick because they all are fantastic.
Yes. The good part is that in the end, what you would definitely take away is, as an ingredient, is fitness. Back to home. And now, right now, Manusha getting this game.
Yes, that is the decider between Manusha and Am Yusong. Manush is there on game point in the second one. So he's already won the first game 11-8. But now let's head back here where on table number 1 in the women's semi-final, we've got Riva Harimoto beating Serlin Kwan 3-1. But now it's going to move across to Honoka Hashimoto and Zheng Jian. Interestingly, of course, we are a little bit surprised that someone of the caliber of Ina Hayata is not playing today, but the Olympic bronze medalist there. But we are going to look at Honoka Hashimoto, who's also actually 11th ranked. She's in fact 3 spots higher than Ina Hayata.
Yes, of course, the rank matters a lot because these players, they play a lot of WTA Tour tournament and ranking can move up or down. But they all prepare for Olympics, and right now the medal is under the belt of Ina Hayata. But you could expect a lot of fireworks from Odo here. Odo doesn't play with any odd dribbles. He uses playing attacker. At this level, it's very difficult to compete if you have triple rubber unless and until they are from India. We understand these odd rubbers like at the back of our hand.
And now it's going to be a match between Honoka Hashimoto and Zheng Jian. Zheng Jian there in the red from Singapore. Then is of course Honoka Hashimoto. And that second game between Manusha and Ham Yusong, has moved into a deuce, and it's 11 apiece over here. Meanwhile, coming to table number 1, it's going to be Zheng Jian to start. And it's Honoka Hashimoto who's gotten the first point to begin things. Honoka Hashimoto getting to lead, a high toss, and makes a mistake with the serve up front. This time her service there. This time she gets it right. Well, Zheng Jian not quite getting on the mark here. So Sachin, just looking at what has happened between Honoka Hashimoto and Zheng Jian earlier, these two have played each other on 4 occasions, and Hashimoto has emerged victorious on all the 4 occasions. The most recent being the WTP star contender Kazuo Ikazu. Honoka won that 2-0.
Quite a confident player she is, and that's the reason she has been brought up for this tournament as well. Third player, completely somebody who changes the game through her skills of and then a powerful attack. Look at the slide. Slicing the ball. And now come back to the cover. Quite a game here.
Well, the last rally, there was 19 shots. This match is going to be intense. Remember, Zhang Jike is someone who's a heartbreaker for the Indian fans, Sachin, because yesterday, twice he beat Indian players. And when it mattered really.
Absolutely, she got the match out of the hands of Ria from the decider match. But that keeps happening because these players have trained against such kind of difficult situation, and Singapore is certainly coming up as a country. Okay, now that's a backhand with absolutely zero mercy.
Oh yes, absolutely no mercy with that, and it was that last minute adjustment and the switch that she made which really enabled her to get that bit of force onto the ball.
Yes, and Chopper as a player have a quality of waiting for the right moment, because if you see their footwork across the table, they move with so much of swiftness, and patience is something which gets inbuilt. They take the right pause at the right moment. 7-3, not giving Zhang use her skill.
Yes, and maybe Zhang is just getting used to the fact that he's playing a chopper of the quality of Hashimoto. It's not easy when you've played different types of players and then you come in, and we've not seen too many choppers in this competition actually. This is possibly the first time on table one we are seeing a predominantly chopping player.
Good showcase of table tennis and a different kind of skills. Obviously, any country, you always have a very less choppers. So it's one of the rare quality that you would have. And whenever coaches sees that somebody is good with the footwork and the patience, you cannot make a chopper. You have to have certain kind of a quality, certain kind of body language or a footwork, and then players decide to convert them into a full-blown chopper attacker. In India, we had amazing players, and one of them belongs to the city of Assam. His name is Jeho. He was one of the master blaster choppers India has produced. Really performed at some of the foreign leagues as well.
Well, Hashimoto just puts her hand up, was aided by the net on one occasion. But really, I'm quite enjoying this. Hashimoto has brought in this different perspective. We didn't have a look at her when they played against the EPR Korea. This time that chop just going a little bit too far. And to execute these chops as well, look what Hashimoto is doing, like going back. You try to create that room for yourself.
The room is full of energy at Kalinga Stadium, Bhubaneswar, with such power rallies there.
That's going to be game point for her. This time there was a bit of a change in her strategy. She was going for the forehand topspins.
I am seeing two interesting matches here, and 10-8 both between Iran. Here the match is still continuing with a bit of ups and downs. Still Hashimoto leading by 3 points, but there Marazi has lost first game at 8.
Well, he's used to these situations, no problem. We've got to get the count on this rally. Definitely. Oh, ultimately it's the net that makes the difference. But it was quite an exhibition there. Hashimoto takes that first game 11-7, and we've seen a magnificent display of chopping and just the way that she was able to set the tone of the game. Zhang is going to go back, and just like she did yesterday against Stiga China, when she lost the first game by a big margin, and then she could recalibrate, restructure and come back. Possibly you can expect something similar from her. She's got the intelligence to do that.
Well, she's certainly got the intelligence and the patience, and if you see, if she didn't give up, fighting for every point. See, when you play with against Chopper, you have to go to fight for every point, fight for your right movement, because Choppers are very, very consistent by nature, and you can see I would want to take one fan back to my city. I'm going to request Miwa Harimoto to give me one fan.
Yes, and may as well get a signature on that as well. That will be one to keep in your showcase.
Yes, absolutely. And in the stadium, we could see loud cheer for Manush Shah there. It's 6-all, leading by 2-0. One more point. Going to stop. Back table number 1. Can Zhang come back?
Absolutely she can, because we saw that grit and character from Zhang yesterday, and it was truly a match that a lot of youngsters can watch, because Stiga China under some tremendous pressure. I'm going back to that match again, Sachin. He had lost 11-3 in the first game against Stiga. A little bit big on her and hit it out, but then she bounced back by winning the next 2 games. And later, Zhang Jike also lost a match to Manika Bhatta. So in that match also you could just see that he was very competitive. So you can ill afford to write someone off the quality that Zhang has. She will be there. She's very gritty. But now Hashimoto, one of those forceful shots coming off her racket.
Yes, quite a force it had indeed.
Looking to account now in that game. Meanwhile, fans of India still echoing here, because there's the Indian match against EPRK going on an adjacent table. Well, Zhang just not able to maybe adjust to that chopping that Hashimoto has come off with. On the center of the table with that high toss. Taking that serve, going back, chopping. What a hit! This time, Zhang was taken to one side, and then Hashimoto hits it on the other. Not enough time to react. It was chop followed by a top spin. Chop, top spin. Chop, top spin. And then ultimately that smash. That chop just landed too far out and wide. Has her main hand tape up a little bit, her wrist and a part of her forearm as well. I wonder if she has a bit of an injury concern. Sachin, as you can see, her hand is taped. A bit of an injury concern maybe.
Looks like it's wristband.
No, it's also taping up into her forearm as well. It's like kind of a holder.
Oh, I saw it, but I didn't see it, because that's so common with table tennis players that they keep having these muscle pull-ups here or the other. I've seen yesterday 7 players who have taped up their thighs or legs. So that's a common sight with racket games. They play so much with so much of intensity. And with so many WTT matches, they're so busy round the month, not even I would say year, round the month.
Yes, and that's gone on to the net. Akimoto takes it to 6-4. You are absolutely right. The table tennis circuit itself is so busy. In fact, the China Smash was just going on last week. A lot of these players just flew in here to Bhubaneswar from there.
You said busy, but right now there, Indian fans are busy in celebrating India's victory there over DPR Korea. So Manusha did the magic.
Oh, look at that. Chop, and then she goes for a big hit. Moves to
Certainly, it
7.
must have been really good for the confidence of Manusha coming back to that victory because he has lost all the critical matches. Great thing, great news for India. Great news for Indian fans. Coming back to business. Hashimoto leading a 7-0. Wow, this time Zhang pushed her to the forehand. Not allowed her to play top there, and the moment she blocked that ball, she pushed it away to the cross-court backhand.
So India have now qualified to play the fifth and sixth place playoff. They will wait to know their opponents. Whoever wins the match between Republic of Korea and Iran will face India. So Hashimoto once again just managing to get those past Zhang. Zhang not able to return it across the line. Zhang just tried to shape up for a big forehand, but well, this style that Hashimoto has isn't the easiest to get used to. How many shots? Wow. Engaging, enticing, and ultimately it's Hashimoto. When it mattered, she went for the kill. The opportunity presented itself, and she has got the game point courtesy that decisive shot. The recovery by Zhang there, noted by her teammates. Picked up the service very well on that occasion. Can she repeat that now? Not quite, and Hashimoto moves 2-love up in the second match as Japan taking control in the semi-final against Singapore. Meanwhile, Korea and Iran fighting it out. The fifth match and the deciding match is between Ho Jun-sung and Benjamin Farazi. Ho Yun-sung of Republic of Korea leading 11-8, 11-3 after the first two games. In the third also, he is ahead slightly at 5-3. So a bit of work to be done there by Benjamin Farazi. As I just look over table number 1 and set my sights on table number 3, it looks like Iran have called out for a timeout. The coach just talking to a youngster, and it just seems to be more of an empathetic guy, trying to get him to focus. The coach and Noshat, the senior as well. Anyways, let's get back to table number 1, because in this women's semi-final, it's a match where Japan seem to have control of proceedings. Just goes a bit wide. So the third game has started once again in the favor of Hashimoto. Hashimoto continues the dominance. Zheng's got to really channelize what she did yesterday and bring it into action here. Of course, she's against a player of great caliber. This time Zheng thought that she had the chance but couldn't capitalize on that one, and Singapore seemed to have called for a timeout early in this third game. With Hashimoto running away with the momentum, it's possibly a good move by them just to break it and maybe try and get Zheng to get back and think about what's to be done. It wasn't long ago that we had the break between the games, of course. Also, I've got to tell our viewers that the India DPR Korea women's match has also begun. The first match, and this is a real test, like Dia Chitre is going to be playing Kim Kum Yong. So a great experience for Dia Chitre if she's up against Kim, because Kim has definitely got the attention here. She's won numerous medals across international tournaments, has also won, in fact, silver, I think, at the Paris Olympics in the mixed doubles. So yes, a great opportunity for Dia.
Yes, absolutely, because I see that yesterday we saw that Dia was not in form against the Topper yesterday, but looking like the game style, it may suit Dia, because Dia is pretty a strong player from both the hands, and he can use the defensive rubber of Kim Kum really well because of her pretty good backhand there. Obviously, Kim would try to push her onto the backhand, but the way Dia plays and switches to the forehand is commendable. So, quite an action coming up.
Meanwhile, the action continues here, and Hashimoto making that good move forward and then pressing it so that she gets that point.
Obviously, Hashimoto has already hushed as the first thing, so she literally hushed for the point and got it.
Wow. Well, for a long time we were only seeing chops and chops and chops, and this time it was a lot more power that was on offer. 14 shots in that rally. There's another Stupa statistic for you.
Rallies are getting longer.
Yes, rallies can only get longer, not longer. Right to have a rally. We have the right to see rallies.
A bit of a tongue twister here, just to see that you are alert or not.
Oh, absolutely. Always. But to be as alert as the players, and we have all these wonderful matches going on all round. And just news breaking in that Republic of Korea have beaten Iran 3-2. Benjamin Farazi couldn't repeat those heroics, but a great tournament there by the youngster. He will of course be playing later in the 7 to 8 playoff. That will be against the DPR Korea team. Meanwhile, India will play Republic of Korea in the 5th and 6th playoff in the men's competition.
Wow, that's quite a match to look forward to coming back here. Ball is returning from anywhere. Ball is returning from anywhere. Look at the Hashimoto 19 count rally here. She's smiling on her effort. Bit of a disappointment for Zheng.
Bit? I don't think it was bit of disappointment. She'll be very disappointed. Oh my goodness gracious me. How did that happen? What happened? And it looks like Zheng is saying it would have hit the side of the table and not the edge of the table. Just imploring to the umpire there. Has got a smile on her face herself. But my God, this was a great passage of play, and it was a little anticlimactic that it ended the way it ultimately did.
Yes, it indeed. So much of protein shakes must have gone in for that power stroke that Zheng played. And even after that lucky point, Zheng managed to be in a zen state of mind. Yes, fans, players across India and the world, please take away from this the way Harimoto and Zhang have displayed their positive side of it in the trouble situation. That is also table tennis, a part of, indeed, a very, very integral part of table tennis. A long rally has begun. Zhang lost the momentum in between.
And with that, it's now 8-4 to Hashimoto. Hashimoto has been very good today against Zhang. When it comes to the rankings, Zhang is obviously ranked 50th in the world. Hashimoto way ahead at 11. Well, just going for that forehand, but hit it wide. Hashimoto getting closer and closer. You've got to see this again and again and again. It went in one direction. Ultimately, it was Zhang's awareness that allowed her to take that point. He saw the opportunity, placed it to perfection, and ultimately that point is hers.
Zhang doing that same fighting experience he showed yesterday. From now on, I will say Zhang's state of the mind.
He was definitely in that Zhang state yesterday against Dia. Actually, Zhang had done very well over there. It is unfortunate that that point has not gone in her favor. She was controlling it for majority of that passage of play, but ultimately hitting it out wide, and it's match point for Hashimoto. Hashimoto wins this match. In this game, Zhang was spirited, but then the quality of Hashimoto ultimately triumphs as Japan take a 2-0 lead over Singapore in this women's semi-final.
With 2-0, certainly Japan's momentum, confidence is up, and their experiment has worked by making Ina Hayata sit. Even after that, they have maintained the leadership status in this semi-final. A bit of a discussion by Singaporean coaches.
Read more about table tennis on my blog, PingSunday.com. Get free ebook and coaching advices. See you in the next video.